Hi, everyone. Yesterday, my husband and I went on what I like to call an adventure. We used to do this a lot when our kids were young. We would pick somewhere on a Saturday, basically a day trip, somewhere of natural beauty or somewhere that we had never been before. And we would just take off and leave all of our chores behind. So, lo and behold, yesterday morning, I woke up. I just really felt like my spirit needed some refreshment. So I went ahead and picked up my grocery order, came home, put those away, and then I left all of the other household chores behind. And Sunday afternoon, they're still not done. But I had a great time yesterday, and I wanted to share this very special place or these very special places that we went yesterday in pictures. And I just want to say, for those of you who may be watching who perhaps are not Catholic, um, when I show you the pictures of the retreat center where we went, they have a lot of statues. And I don't want you to think that we were going to worship graven images. It is our understanding that graven images are those that are carved for worship. And we do not worship these statues or images of the Holy Family or the saints. They are just there to remind us of our family in heaven who loves us and whose prayers we ask for. So I'm going to go ahead and start the slideshow. So we left our home yesterday in Covington and took the interstate to I-55 and then went straight up I-55, and practically as soon as you cross the state line into Mississippi, you take an exit. I think it's Chattawa exit, and this is what the drive looked like up there. It was so beautiful. Lots of open spaces, farmland, little winding roads, which led to Our Lady of Hope Retreat Center. And this is the beautiful, magnificently huge and magnificently beautiful statue of Our Lady of Hope, which greets you as you enter the property. And you'll see my husband standing on the ground, and in the background there are some buildings. This facility used to be a Catholic girls' boarding school, and the property, after sitting for a while, was purchased and is being formed, even as we speak, into a beautiful place for people to go when their soul needs refreshment, like I was talking about. As soon as I pulled in, I also noticed a big big picture of one of my favorite saints, Padre Pio. So Eric took my picture beside him. This is the cafeteria you see in the background with St. Raphael in front of it. And St. Raphael happens to be my husband's favorite archangel. And so I took his picture with St. Raphael. And you can see how lovely the cafeteria is in the background. The grounds are so beautifully maintained, with the exception of the crispy grass that we're all suffering with right now because of the drought. So there is another picture of one of my favorite saints, Saint Therese of Lisieux, the little flower. I apologize if you can hear the dog barking in the background. I'm behind two closed doors. This timing is awesome. beautiful image of the Holy Family, baby Jesus, Mary, and Jesus' earthly father, Saint Joseph. And this is what I was talking about, how beautifully maintained and groomed everything is. I believe this is where people who go on retreat at the center can spend the night. And then this lovely courtyard has chairs and tables and a working fountain. So, several of the places you go on the property, you're going to hear the trickling water. There's something healing about water. Another one of my favorite saints, Saint Teresa of Avila. This is the name of the church on the property, Saint Teresa of Avila Church. And currently it is being refurbished, getting a new floor and some other updates, as these buildings, date back many, many years. This is a statue of Saint Gabriel the Archangel. It's kind of a different rendition of him than I've ever seen. Okay, the property is filled with these, winding paths where you can walk, some places where you can drive a car and park. All right, so these are the 12 apostles seated or standing up on a berm, a hill. They're life-size, very beautiful. And this is just another angle of them. This is St. Bartholomew. I believe in the Bible, he was referred to as Nathaniel, the one that Jesus saw sitting under the fig tree. I did not do close-ups of all of them, just a few, so that you could see the incredible detail. I know at St. Helena Parish in Amite, Father Mark Beard had these statues commissioned, and there were some just like it in a beautiful, beautiful courtyard. And I don't know if these were taken from that parish and moved out to Our Lady of Hope, or if this is a second set of statues. And of course, this is St. Peter holding the keys to the kingdom. On this rock I shall build my church, and the gates of the netherworld shall not prevail against it. This is St. John, the evangelist, who wrote, oh my goodness, Revelation, the book of John, I believe 1st, 2nd, 3rd John, those letters. St. Andrew, who died on a cross shaped like an X because he did not want to die on the regular crucifix form as Jesus had done, kind of out of respect for him. There's Matthew, the tax collector, with the coins spilling out beneath his feet. These are so beautiful. You would just have to see them in person to fully appreciate them. Out of the apostles, St. Peter is also Eric's favorite. So I took a picture of him next to his guy. There we are, chilling in the 100-degree heat. They have some nice swings positioned on several parts of the property where you can walk a little while and sit and take a break. And as we were sitting, swinging, this is what we were looking at. This is the Mary Garden. Again, a lovely fountain, the sound of trickling water. I even went and dipped myself in it because we were so hot. And then as you walk around that main island with the Mary statue on it, you will see many little grottos with beautiful Marian statues for many of the titles that Mary holds. And this one is the Madonna of the Streets. Our Lady of Hope, of course. Mary carrying Jesus in her womb. Our Lady of the Eucharist. I have to say that these grottos, the carpentry, so beautiful and impressive. Whoever made them, it was truly a labor of love. Our Lady of Perpetual Help. I know for those of you who are not Catholic, you must be thinking, wow, what is this with all of the different titles? Mary has been given many titles by her children, those of us who love her. And one of the cool things I think about Mary is that whenever she does appear, or I should say wherever she does appear, she usually looks like or similar to the people that she is appearing to. And I'll explain that a little bit more. This is Our Lady of Sorrows when Simeon says a sword of sorrow will pierce your heart. This girl can relate to that one. Sorrowful Mother. This is Mary, Help of Christians. She loves us. She brings us straight to Jesus and is always willing to help us if we call upon her. Not as a mediator, but as an intercessor, a powerful intercessor. Now, one thing they're doing on the grounds is making the life-size, or I should say plus life-size, Stations of the Cross. And they're on this path in the woods. And so people will be able to walk through the woods. And since the statues are so big, it's almost like you are inserting yourself into the scene, or it helps you to really picture what was going on during Jesus's passion and death. So they only have 2 done so far. The one you just saw, the crucifixion, and this one is when Jesus comes before Pilate and, he is condemned. And poor Jesus with his hands roped together, innocent, but being accused of the most horrible things. Okay, these now, I believe, are some of the Marian apparition statues. Our Lady of the Rosary. Our Lady of Medjugorje. Our Lady of Garabandal. Our Lady of Fatima, Our Lady of Lourdes, and one of my favorites, I believe, is coming up next, Our Lady of Guadalupe. No? This is Our Lady of Grace. Now, Our Lady of Guadalupe. Mary appeared to a young Mexican man, Juan Diego. And long story short, she converted the Aztec people, millions of them, who were involved in child and human sacrifice to their god. And thankfully, with Mary's apparition, millions of them were converted, and those horrific sacrifices were stopped, at least for a long time. Here's Our Lady of Mount Carmel. Jesus. This is the chapel, a very old building, beautiful old building that's been renovated. And the really very cool thing is that when you go into the chapel, the monstrance is Mary with the Eucharist in her womb. The Eucharist is held in her womb in the monstrance. I don't know how to describe it. It's beautiful. This is another fountain with the Pietà. Mary holding Jesus's dead body. This is a lovely, lovely pool and gazebo where retreatants can relax and get some exercise. Now, this little path takes you down to the Stations of the Cross where you can pray, and it's all shaded and wooded. And I just picked one of these stations to take a picture of Mary with her son Jesus carrying the cross, just to show you how pretty they are. This is the inside of the chapel that I was telling you about. Now, after we left the retreat center, we decided to take Highway 16 from Amite to Franklinton. And somewhere along the way, there was this ginormous patch of land with acres and acres and acres of solar panels. And I just thought that was interesting, so I took a picture. Then we went to Franklinton and we ate at Swamp Monster. My husband loves Bigfoot, anything Bigfoot. So there he is in front of Bigfoot lurking in the woods. I have to say, the place is a little mom and pop restaurant. The owner came up and shook our hands and welcomed us. And there's a lot of little, things to see in there. The food was delicious. This is the debris fries, um, with shredded roast beef and onion, caramelized onion. Definitely not healthy, but very, very tasty. This is an area in the front of the restaurant, I suppose, where you can take pictures. Now, this sign on the door is one of the very reasons I will go back to this restaurant. We are now closed on Sundays. Sorry for the inconvenience. Employees need Jesus and family time also. And I told the owner that. I told him we enjoyed his food, we enjoyed his hospitality. Um, the food was delicious, but that sign on the door will make me a patron. As we left the restaurant, there was a bail bond place next door, and I found Isaiah 41:10, and I just had to take a picture. God was with us the whole day, everywhere we went. It was amazing. Now, on our way home, we weren't quite ready to go back yet, so I suggested that we stop at one of my favorite unusual places, and I'll tell you about that in a moment. I was getting excited in the car because I thought I saw rain in the distance coming from the clouds. So I took this picture and another one, and I was hoping that it was raining over our house over there in the distance. I love road tripping, especially when I'm the passenger and can can do all the looking. Anyway, we stopped at the Salvage store in Folsom. It's fun. It's a fun place to look around, and certainly there are some things that I would never buy in there, but we did find a few treasures that were not expired. And I have to say that while we were in the store, there was this big crack of thunder. And one of the shoppers, a lady, said, "Praise the Lord!" And then several of us answered, "Amen." Because we were so excited for the rain. It's been so dry down here. Now, on our way home on Highway 25, I don't know who has put up these signs. There's two of them. They've been there for months, but whoever sponsors these signs, have made these signs, whatever, I thank you for that. I think we all need to be reminded to trust in Jesus and hope in Jesus. I love them. Now, when we got home, we discovered that yes, it had rained at our house, and we were so excited, even though we were out of electricity. Good thing we had a full belly and didn't have to cook. But our lawn chairs, our plants, everything was toppled. So apparently the storm was really, I don't know, they had some pretty strong winds. But nevertheless, we were grateful for the wonderful time spent together, discovering a new place, and for the good food and the rain. I hope that you enjoyed my little presentation. I know that I have not been doing a lot of recording lately. I'll have to do another video that explains that sometime soon. So you guys take care. I hope that you had a good, restful weekend, and that you did something that refreshed your soul. And I wish you well. God bless.